So I think that MrBeast has been giving us bad advice these last few years. And before you all jump on me, because I know this is controversial, I have huge respect for MrBeast and I agree with a huge amount of what he's saying. But there's always been one particular point that is just stuck in my throat and I don't really quite agree with. So hear me out for a moment because hopefully by the end of this video, you'll understand what I mean and that I think it's potentially bad advice. So the main thing that he's always saying is that you should make the best possible video that you can each and every time, and that you should put as much energy and focus into that. I think the actual quote was, make the best possible video each time. And then he's got another quote, which is,
it's much easier to get 5 million views on one video than 50,000 views on 100 videos. It takes way less effort to get 5 million views in one video.
Now, I don't know about you, if you've started growing on YouTube or you've done any of that, but I can tell you now from growing multiple channels, even faceless channels, it is not easy getting 5 million views on a video. You really need to know what you're doing, and you really need to have some serious production value going into it. Now, that's not to say that you could hit it lucky, but it's not easy at all getting 5 million views. Now, I've seen him repeat this, so it does seem like it's something that he really believes in, and that comes down to the knowledge that he has and the quality of the videos that he produces, which are absolutely insane. I mean, the money and the production that he's spending on it, I think he's even done like a Amazon TV series now as well. So he's doing incredible things. He's in another realm, and who am I to say anything to him with my sort of smallish channel? But I don't think it's good advice, and here's what I'm going to get into. So you see, it's easy for MrBeast to say that, but he's been doing this for a decade. So it's very difficult probably for him to remember what it was like being a beginner, and he was a beginner on YouTube 10 years ago. So what this means is that things have changed, things have evolved. The algorithm is different now. It's actually different in this last year. And also, he didn't even upload, I believe, for 6 or 7 years while he was learning and developing. So if you're trying to get started on YouTube, is that really the best thing that you can do? Is trying to spend a huge amount of energy on creating your videos the best way of doing it? And if that was true, if you had to create the best possible videos, then why do all of these big vlogging channels get so many views? I know a number of vlogging channels that are uploading simple videos almost daily, and they're often getting over 1 million monthly views. So this is massive. So that kind of flies in the face of doing the best possible video ever. So if they're getting all of that, I mean, take a look at my channel here. So I've gotten, since about 2.5 months ago, I started doubling down on this strategy. Basically, I ditched my teleprompter and I decided to just have bullet points and talk directly to the camera. It's probably not going to be as polished. Maybe I'll waffle a bit, but I'm okay with that because it makes it much, much easier, much more fun. I can even go out and record when I'm walking on the beach or anything else, depending on the topics and if I need to be at my computer. So as you can see here, this is probably around the stage of this video here. And I think there's been about 16 videos here after. And as you can see, some didn't grow. 155,000 didn't grow. 132,000 grew a little bit. 34,000 sort of okay. 38,000 and then sort of okay. So up and down. So this is this new reality of YouTube, is that not all videos pop off anymore. It's not about the size of your channel as much. Small channels have just as much opportunity if they understand what they are doing. And YouTube has been saying this time and time again. It's no longer about subscribers or ranking. Now, that's not to say that if you've got a big subscriber base, that you aren't going to have an advantage of getting more views when you upload. But Ed Lawrence, and shout out to Ed Lawrence for doing the research for us, he basically did research on some of these channels, to the bigger channels out there, especially in the education space, to see how many views, how many videos were popping off. And basically, he worked out after analyzing all of these channels that typically 3 out of 10 videos will actually grow your channel. And that means that they get more than your average subscriber level. So rather than your just subscribers, so for example, the videos here, I've got 4 out of 16 videos. So I'm approximately on par with that data that he had, which I'm super happy with. That's great. But that means that 70% of your videos are going to fail. And you could say, okay, Gareth, but you also know what you're doing. I'm obviously not MrBeast level at all in any way, shape, or form, but I have a bit more knowledge. But okay, fine. Well, in that case, here is one of our members in our community. And in the last 3 weeks, Sherry has gotten over 63,000 views on this one, and she's gotten a couple of other videos that are popping off. And they're just very simple videos. Hopefully you don't mind me showing you there, Sherry, but she's doing fantastic work and doing really, really well. And so I'm really impressed. And in the last video, I think I shared also a subscriber, which is Uncle Jammer Talks. And again, 130,000 on that video, 20,000. And again, he only started about 1 month ago. So if MrBeast was right, and you had to make sure that you were creating the best possible video, then why are these simple videos getting hundreds of thousands of views? It doesn't make sense. So it's something that we really need to think about because, yes, quality is important, and I think you want to learn and grow and improve and get better, try to retain people, get better at storytelling and everything else. But if these simple videos of people sharing authenticity and everything else and just vlogging and quickly recording there and then, almost no edit videos are still getting hundreds of thousands of views, then the quality is not as important as the sort of connection and the content in the video itself. It's still a social media platform, YouTube. So it's not necessarily about the quality. But obviously, maybe you could go from 100,000 views up to millions of views. But if you know that 70% of your videos are going to fail, then why would you put all of your energy into fewer videos? You really, especially in the beginning, really need to be getting some momentum out there. You need to be putting in the reps to try and get that momentum going, get that practice in and improve. You want to be trying to get your first 1,000 views and then your first 10,000 views and then moving up that way and getting those little wins to give you the confidence to keep going. Because the biggest thing I see on my channel and from the members when I've asked them questions when they've joined the community is that the number one reason is struggling to get started through fear of judgment, fear of consistency, not knowing what to do, fear of being on camera. There's so many obstacles to get out of the way to start recording. So yes, we want to remove and make things as simple as possible. We want to make it fun and easy because if it's fun and easy, you're more likely to keep going and keep that momentum going. But if things are difficult, and you imagine this, if you invested all of your time and energy into one video per week and you put a lot into it, and that means that potentially only a couple of those videos are going to maybe do okay over a 3-month period. How much disappointment, what would, all of that disappointment of seeing video after video fail do to you in the beginning when you're putting a lot of effort and work into it? So I think it's important that we remove the expectations of the video and just enjoy the process more and produce more content, especially in the beginning, to get those reps in, to get the results and to try and get that momentum, because momentum is everything with YouTube growth. People say, yes, consistency and everything else. I believe consistency is hugely important, but it really is more about being able to get the practice in. You need to practice getting better at the content. And I think producing more and getting better at the same time is really the way to go. But honestly, what you should be getting better at is your storytelling, your ability to connect with people, and ability to understand your avatar and create videos that they're going to be interested in. That is much more important these days, in my opinion, than all of this highly polished, high production, fancy editing, and basically everything else. If it takes you a huge amount of effort and then you get disappointed, then you're probably not going to continue. So I think keep it fun, keep it easy, make sure that you're enjoying the process. My favorite saying is, what would this look like if it was fun and easy? And if that's you just walking with the dog and recording on your phone, then just do that. Record in the car, do whatever it takes. Now, with that all said, if you would like more in-depth training and support, you can join our community, which I will link to in the video description. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you inside the next one.